Welcome back to my video, guys, and today it's update time. And yes, update 14.0 is out now to your Apple Store and Google Play Store near you. And this update is very important for the future of the game, I believe, because it tackles some long-term issues that have been with us for the last 2 years, ever since the game came out, basically. And now let's check out quickly the release notes of this update. The majority of this update is improvements and bug fixes, but there's some hidden content, content that is hidden, and obviously we're gonna check it out in a bit. So do keep an eye on that. So the first part of content, new chapters to the storyline missions. We're gonna come back to those later. Enhancements to free roam, multiple fixes and performance improvements, and also surprises in combat to make walkers go crazy. Now this is interesting. Honestly, I don't know what this could be, but it definitely sounds interesting. All of a sudden I imagined drunk walkers when I read that, but yeah. And there's brand new events and also perks and heroes. No mention of weapons. So we're gonna come back to those perks and heroes later. So the most important issue that's being tackled here is the kind of like a big aspect of the game, and that is the dynamic missions. There's been a lot of issues, and a few updates ago the update broke pretty much a lot of it. And there's missions spawning everywhere on the map, and missions were disappearing straight away, and it was just a whack-a-mole situation. But not today with this update, but for the 6th of July, in a couple of days, we're gonna see the fix implemented. And what happens is that NG recoded the whole of the dynamic missions. So this means that any potential bugs you could have seen with dynamic missions up until now will probably be fixed when they roll out, when they publicly release the fix on the 6th of July or whatever. So this includes essentially fixes to those fast disappearing missions. So the mission timers are going to be like more correct now, and especially when you flare missions, everybody in the group is going to see the same time. Also, missions won't drop rarity, which means that before, when you flare epic infestation, when a group mates go to the flare, he or she is going to see a rare infestation instead. And this could be really annoying because you don't know exactly what you're flaring. So flares are going to get back more value now, even though they also got cheaper in gold price. But this is really nice. And pretty much I believe any other bug you might see in before, like with the dynamic mission, is going to be fixed. I hope the Australian player issue bug is also fixed, because this was a dynamic issue as well, but we have to wait and see to check this out. Next up, we have the free roam. When you move around with free roam, when you click on missions to inspect them, you're not gonna have them you're not gonna pause free roam, so this is really nice. Also, when you inspect the shop offers on the map screen and also the news hub, it won't pause. However, if you change tab or start the mission, it's gonna pause. There is an interesting addition here. When you have missions out of range and you click on those missions, now you're gonna see the type of mission, because sometimes if it's further away you won't see, you're just gonna see the rarity, but you're gonna see the type of mission and also the enemies in that mission without actually being there. This means that this is gonna allow you to use free roam and also flare for your group more effectively, and it's going to be more planning there, and it's really helpful, this small improvement there. Finally, we have some card collection improvements. So this is when you click on the card screen and you click on different cards. It's very smooth and fast right now, so this is a really cool way to speed up things. And also the mission loading and returning times have also been improved, so now you should be starting missions and ending missions much quicker than before. So that's again really cool performance improvements. And also there have been fixes for those phones which have notches, which players have been complaining about. So this is really cool, and this update is definitely really cool one. Now let's go into the dark side of this update. And as you know, with every update they always add hidden stuff to probably release in future, but let's start first of all with the new storyline missions, and I count 3. So chapter 5, 6 and 7 of the storyline mission. So interestingly, chapter 5 actually features a hero we have not seen yet, and this is Heat on the storyline mission icon. So it's interesting, maybe we're gonna see Heat, because we were talking about it before, and Heat is definitely an interesting character to have. So I'm really excited. Maybe we're gonna see Heat, and that's really cool and exciting. Next up, we have the episode 6, and episode 6 features Eugene and Sasha. So I wonder what the story of that is going to be. It's going to be probably exciting. Obviously not exciting, but it's nice to maybe play, because obviously you play on these only once. I really hope the rewards are decent enough. And chapter 7 features Morgan on the storyline mission icon. So again, maybe a Morgan focused chapter, and this is really cool. And maybe they'll have another 5 missions per chapter. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah. And next up, let's look at some cards, and some cards that look interesting. And first of all, I guess we should start with our favorite card, the card we've all wanted. And I don't know, this looks nice, and this is Legendary Eugene's Pickle Jar. Yeah, pickles. I mean, yeah, pickles. Why not? So this looks interesting. It definitely looks like a legendary card because it has a yellow glow inside the pickle jar. So I assume it's gonna be a legendary card. What could it do though? It looks obviously a power card, but pickles, what can the pickles do? We did a video on this, by the way. We did a video on potential power cards we can get based on what certain heroes have. And pickle jar was definitely one of them. And if you think about it, pickles, it's food, right? You eat food, and food gives you energy in a way, right? When you eat stuff. So like in our concept, if you look at the energy item, this allows you to play missions. But obviously this power card will never take away energy from you. So it makes more sense for the pickle jar to give you energy. So it definitely could work with something like that. Obviously you cannot always get energy, so I guess it might be some sort of percentage. So I think we've had Herschel's trauma box, and that's a percentage chance to insta heal. So maybe this is gonna give back energy, you know, maybe a chance to give back energy from missions. So it's interesting, definitely. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But Pickle Jar is definitely an interesting card, and anything to do with energy is probably really helpful and a welcomed addition. Next up, let's look at another sort of like card, like a legendary card, I believe, and this is this card. And obviously I don't think it's gonna be a flying bird card or something like that. This to me looks like the cane that Ezekiel has, and this is another interesting speculation we had before on the Ezekiel cane, because it's kind of like his signature item, or one of his signature items. I did suggest the wig as well before, but the cane looks interesting. Maybe legendary, I'm not quite sure, because it's kind of yellowish, so maybe legendary. But the cane, again, a cane is used by people to move. You know, old people use it. I always connect it with a movement, something to do with movement. In our concept, I believe movement is obviously when you go either when you're in a car or you go out for a walk, it's movement. But I feel like the new free roam feature, where it actually allows you to move without going outside, is definitely sort of like the bigger movement there. So potentially could be a card. Maybe I actually hope, because this is actually a good addition, if this is definitely a card that can increase the speed that you move in free roam, the more you upgrade it. Now if it's a legendary rarity, it's gonna take you a while to upgrade, but definitely you're gonna feel, I guess, some sort of addition, some sort of like faster movement there. And with the addition of being able to inspect items, it's definitely gonna look interesting there. So there, definitely let me know what you guys think about this card. Now next card, that is the well, it's a compass. It's very obvious. It's a hand holding a compass. It definitely looks like an epic card because of the background. But yeah, I mean, a compass definitely directs me to the free roam features straight away without a second thought, guys. And definitely exciting. And what could it do? If the Ezekiel cane does increase the speed, then this potentially could increase the duration, because it definitely shows the clock, like the watch. And the watch, obviously, it's to do with time, and the time is 5 minutes on free roam. So potentially it could do something to increase the duration, and this could be some killer perk cards. I mean, all these perk cards look really solid, and I'm really excited to maybe have these in the game. It's nice that maybe it's gonna be an epic card, hopefully not a legendary, because we've got way too many legendaries. But definitely something to look forward to. If there are cards that are gonna increase your speed and your time, So this is nice because now they've been fixing bugs and improving free roam, so now they can, I guess, build on top of it. And just a small Easter egg, now that I've seen these cards and you look at the loading screen, look at Eugene. He is actually holding a pickle jar inside yellow glow of the pickles. So this could have been like a foreshadowing before when they started the season. And also around his tummy, he does have another compass, which could relate to that epic perk card with the compass. So they could have actually foreshadowed that coming with the season, but I don't think people have noticed it. People were really focused on the iron and the Negan's barbecue and white there. So maybe it's actually an interesting one. It's an interesting Easter egg there, and I really like what they've done. So this also leads me to maybe the possibility of this being really actually coming, and not just like a speculation. But yeah, moving on from perk cards, now we have some heroes. Let's have a look at hero cards. And you know, this hero, I mean, you might probably know already. It definitely looks like Maggie, or to be more precise, another new version of Maggie. And to me, definitely looks like a legendary Maggie because of the background. Kind of like goes towards the yellow glowish. Although I don't like this card design though. It's really not the same as the other epic Maggie. But I guess it's nice to have a legendary Maggie because there's a lot of Maggie fans. So it's a different version of Maggie, and she looks to be a pistol class. Obviously from the code, so I have to wait and see on that. But she definitely does look like a pistol class survivor. The other one was a shotgun one. And final hero, and now this one has been requested, maybe together with Shane and well, just Shane really has been, and maybe Judith, but it has been probably one of the most requested hero cards ever, both in No Man's and Our World, and that is Beth. And it seems like they are working on Beth because they have added her profile and her card. And now Beth does look like an epic card because of the background, but she looks definitely really cool. A lot of fanboys of Beth over there, so might be something to look forward to here. And she seems to be a sniper class, and actually she has a precise weapon, at least from game code, and that is Darrow's crossbow. So she could be a user of the crossbow that Darrow has, that we got as a card recently. So this is definitely something really exciting, and definitely something to look forward to. I like Beth, and Beth is somebody that has been requested, and it's nice maybe they finally got a license to use her. So this is really cool. And that's pretty much wrapping up all the hidden stuff in this update, or at least the hidden stuff I found. Maybe I can find more stuff if I dig deeper, but this was like kind of like the exciting stuff, I guess. Particularly for those perk cards. If there's a card that gives back energy, a card that increases speed of free roam, and a card that increases the duration of free roam, those are some really sick additions, and I really hope that they are coming. But yeah, dynamic mission fixes first, and then let's see what's coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you all in my next video.